Inhale and exhale. Allow your pelvis to settle down towards the heels, the hips gently opening. Reach for the front of the mat with your fingertips. Reach, 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 reach. Get your arms to straight. Soften the heart. Feel the shoulder blades coming together on the back body. A gentle opening as we move forward into a bit of a deeper back bend. Bring your knees together on your next inhalation. Press yourself up into downward facing dog. Feet hips width distance apart. Nothing opens the heart more than a back bend practice. Cracks us open, shines out from the heart all that light that's within you. So here we go for wild thing. Lift your right leg up. Reach, 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 reach up towards the ceiling. Push through the bottom of the foot. Get that leg to straight. Bend your right leg. Shift your weight to your left arm. Place your right foot on the floor to the left. Open up by expanding and stretching yourself, reaching for the corner of the room. Your heart is the greatest instrument ever created. Practice every note, every genre. Shine out from that space. Exhale, come back to center, back into downward facing dog. Take an inhale and an exhale. Lift the left leg, lift it all the way up towards the ceiling. Lift, 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 lift. Push to the bottom of your left foot. Get that leg to straight. Now bend it. Shift your weight to your right arm, the right foot as you drop that left leg down to the floor to the right. And then open, palm up, heart open. Shine out. The support is in the heart always. Energetically, it's all right there. Exhale, come back to center. Big toes together, knees wide apart. Take an inhale and an exhale. Not too long, ladies, just one. We've still got a little work left to do. Press yourself up into downward facing dog on your next inhalation. Walk, scoot, jump, however you need to get to the front of your mat. So this next transition is triangle pose to half moon pose. Inhale, come on up, reach up, all the way up, bring your hands to the heart. I'm going to demo this pose, and I want you to notice two things. I want you to notice the strength in my standing leg, and as I activate that standing leg, how light the back leg gets and just floats right on up. That is the key here in this pose, and I want you to feel that in your body, the strength and the lightness in this pose, okay? Okay, so let's give it a try. Offer yourself some grace. If you feel like you need the wall, go ahead and use the wall. It's all good. If you want to do the pose in the center of your mat, great. If you want to use the block, that's great too. Let's take a wide stance so we're all facing the right-hand side of the room. And remember, the wider of a stance you have, the easier the pose is because you're closer to the ground. So it just makes it flow with a little bit more grace and ease. Outside edges of your feet parallel with the outside edges of your mat. Hug in with your inner thighs isometrically. Feel the power of the body, understanding it's going to hold you right here. Lengthen your tailbone. Inhale your arms up. Directly out from the shoulders. Create that nice straight line. Rotate your right leg in, 45 degrees, your left leg out 90. Make sure you have a nice straight line with that front left leg. And if you're like me, you like to kick up that right hip, drop it down, stabilize the pelvis. Hug in with those hip points. You've got this nice container to hold you steady. Take a peek at your left leg, Julie. Make that adjustment with the toes, good job. Inhale and exhale, tilt to the left. Find triangle pose. I'm going to do an adjustment. Is it okay, Christy?
Yes.
May I touch you? You didn't need much, did you? You're open. Tamara, you have the blessing of the wall. Allow the wall to support you. May I give you an adjustment? Good job. Okay, here we go, ladies. Take your right hand, place it on your right hip. Take a look down at the floor. Bend that front left leg. Take a couple steps forward. Ground down with that left leg. And then just allow that leg to float up back and behind you as you straighten your standing leg. It's all in the standing leg. Skin to muscle, muscle to bone. Open the heart, shining out, radiant. Inner body full and bright. Good work. Now here's the transition. Place your right hand on your right hip. Look down at the floor. All you have to do is bend that left standing leg. Move that left hand back and behind you. Just allow the lightness of that right leg to touch the mat. Now just reopen. Good. Use your inhalation to come on up. Pivot the outside edges of your feet parallel with the outside edges of the mat, and prepare for the second side. So again, as we're moving through this process and reconnecting over and over and over again to that truest part of ourselves, we allow the body to inform us, right? So what did you learn on that first side? Celebrate what felt good, what helped you feel open and bright, and then think about, well, maybe you might want to do something a little different this side. Who knows, okay? Shedding the old, making space for the new. Rotate your left leg in 45, your right leg out 90. Always make sure you've got a nice straight line with that front leg. If you like to kick the hip up, drop the left hip down. Stabilize the pelvis. Inhale your arms up. Exhale, tilt. Now see if you can't do that same adjustment that I gave you on this side, right? We plant seeds in the body. The body remembers and it grows those seeds. So what did you feel when I did that adjustment? Try to replicate that now in your own body. Place your left hand on your left hip. Take a look down at your right leg. Nice. Bend deeply in that front right leg. Move that hand forward to reach for the block of the floor. Step forward with that back leg, push into the floor, and allow the back leg to float up. And Tamara, you use that wall, girl. Just allow that wall to support you. That's what it's there for. Open the pose up in whatever way serves your highest good. That's okay. Push into the floor if you start to feel wobbly. Skin to muscle, muscle to bone. Place that left hand on the left hip. Take your gaze back down on the floor. Use your dristi. Bend that front standing leg until you feel that back leg just gently touch the earth, and then open up. Open to grace. Nice. Inhale and come on out. Excellent work. Pivot your feet, heel toe, your feet together. Job well done. So let's start our twisting practice, and let's just start with something sweet. Let's do Sukhasana, Pavrita Sukhasana. It simply means simple sit. So we find the sweetness, whatever works for you. Indian style, stack your ankles, whatever feels right. Bring your arms back and behind you. Rest on fingertips to start. And root down with those sit bones by lengthening your tailbone. That is the support in your twists. So when we twist, one part moves, the other part rotates around, right? So one part's stable rather, and the other part moves. So in this case, you lengthen the tailbone, that keeps you grounded, that roots you down, that stays stable. Lift the heart, lift from the low belly, to the navel, from the navel to the bottom of the heart. Open the heart by bringing the shoulder blades together, sides of the neck back. Right hand stays behind you, left hand goes to the right knee. The intention here is to twist from the rib cage up. So that's the work. Don't just look over your shoulder. You want to use your inhalation, your exhale, and twist incrementally, okay? Re-lengthen the tailbone, remember, stay grounded. Inhale, get tall. Exhale, twist to the right. Inhale, taller still. Exhale, twist. Now around the last inhale and exhale, the shoulder goes, the heart goes, right? They work together, they revolve together so the gaze can go. Is the left hip staying tacked down? Head of the right arm bone back, head of the left arm bone back. Nice. And then exhale and unwind. And then just change the positioning of the legs. Lengthen the tailbone so those roots are firmly planted so you can move from that space of support. Left hand back and behind you. Right hand to the left knee. Ground down. Hold steady. Inhale, get tall. Exhale, twist. So we move the bottom of the rib cage first to the left. Inhale, taller still. Exhale, twist again. Now the heart moves. The shoulders move. The skull moves on this last inhale and exhale or so. And then we enhance the twist, right? We make sure that all of the lower part of our body is firmly rooted, and then we move the upper, head of the right arm bone back, head of the left arm bone back. Nice. Good work. And then exhale and unwind. So we're going to do Parivrtta Padmasana, the lotus pose, because as we know, the lotus is significant, right? The lotus grows from mud, from dirt, from the muck that gathers around it. It still grows and blossoms and makes this beautiful flower. So I think it's a great pose to work with today. So the first piece is just working with the inversion of the foot. That's the hardest part. So just take a hold of your right foot and just begin to pivot the foot up towards the mat, or the ceiling rather. It would be helpful if I gave you the proper instructions. So pivot it up towards the ceiling and just work that rotation. Now you may or may not be able to place that foot on the left upper thigh. Just work with that and see how it goes. Now I can feel my left hip bone lifting. So I know I need to just tack it down by using the strength of lengthening the tailbone. That's the support right there. So we hold steady there. Then we just have this open heart, this experience in Ardha Padmasana. Release that. Let's work with the left. And then I'm going to let you decide what feels right for you. We're going to add a twist to this practice of the lotus. So what serves your highest good here? Just take outside edge and inside edge and rotate. There you go, Tamara. Beautiful. Bottom of the foot up towards the ceiling. A lot of work and ankle flexibility here. How does that feel on your ankle? Hurts a little bit?
A little bit.
Okay, so you just do Ardha Padmasana with the other ankle.
Yeah.
So the rest of you get to decide. I'm just here to guide you. So you're going to decide, do you want Ardha Padmasana or full lotus? So pick what serves your highest good right now. Pick what helps that light shine out and keeps this pose bright and light. Nothing too much, just enough, right? The sweetness. Right arm back and behind you, left hand to the outside of the right leg. Root down with those sit bones again. Inhale, get tall, heart open, just begin to twist. Same thing we did in the last pose. You know what to do. Now your body's been informed. It knows everything it needs to know. It knows the truth. Sat, Chit, Ananda. It knows which direction to move, how to breathe. Head of the arm bones back, keep those shoulder blades together so that heart stays open and bright. There you go. Love the smiles. Exhale, unwind. Uncross and recross. You just stack ankles. Yes. The side will be different, so maybe you'll choose something different, right? We don't get stuck in impressions or patterns or should. We release the old, make space for the new. Left arm back and behind you, right hand to the outside of the left knee. Root down with those sit bones by lengthening the tailbone. That's the action. I'm sorry. That's just fine. Inhale, get tall, open heart, twist. Hopefully I did instruct the second side. I'm hopeful. You're twisting the same way. Inhale, taller still. Exhale, twist. And release. Nicely done. Okay, come to lying on your backs. Take a strap with you. So we're going to use a strap for Supta Padmasana, reclined hand to toe pose.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Bend your legs one at a time, lower yourself down one at a time. Take your strap, have an end in each hand. Try to have it balanced, so somewhat the same length on each side. It'll be helpful to move into this and transition with a little bit of grace, okay? Pull your right leg into your chest, strap up the toe mount on the right foot. Reach towards the ceiling with the bottom of your right foot. Allow your hands to slide down the strap. So in this case, as we move through this pose, what's going to stay firmly rooted is the upper body. So you're going to use the strap to keep your shoulders and the back of your skull on the mat. Push through the bottom of that right leg and get that leg really, really straight. Keep the left leg bent. Place both straps in your right hand. Place your left hand on your left hip. Keep it tacked down. So Erica, I can see it lifting from here. So you're going to want to ground down with that left hip. If you need to allow that right leg to come towards me a little bit, that's just fine. There you go, girl. You got it. Now, with your next exhale, just open your leg to the right. Keeping the legs straight. So can you feel that your leg's bent a little bit, Julie? This one? Uh-huh. There you go. Just a little bit. Good job. As soon as you push through the bottom of that foot, it completely straightened your leg. Really nicely done. Now, use your inner thighs on that right side to bring your leg back to center. Place both straps in your left hand. Straighten your left leg. Allow the right leg to cross over the body. So we stay firmly rooted through the upper body, back of the shoulders, back of the head. That right shoulder's going to want to lift, and it may a little bit, but you want the energy pulling it downward. Allow gravity to work that shoulder to the mat. Palms down. If you've got your palm firmly placed on the mat, that helps that. And then again, you're going to use the power within that right leg to bring your leg up to straight. Rebend your left, place the bottom of your left foot on the mat, rebend your right. Strap up the left foot. Let's do it again. Get that leg to straight, so allow your hands to slide all the way. There you go, down the strap. Keep the back, the shoulders, everything grounded down. Push through the bottom of that foot. If you notice that your hips are lifting, you just allow that straight leg to come towards me a little bit. No worries, it doesn't have to be so close to the abdominals, right? You want to stay rooted. There you go. Now the leg is straight, so really push the button. There you go. Now place your right hand on your right hip. Keep it tacked down as you open the left hip to the left. Use your inhalation to bring that leg back up. Put both straps in your right hand, straighten your right leg, and then allow your left leg to cross the body over to the right. Right hip lifts. Pivot the palm down towards the floor. Notice how that action, that grounding action, keeps the support in the upper back so you can really feel that twist in the lower body. Inhale, bring that leg back to center. Bend the left, place the bottom of the left foot on the mat. Bend the right. Nice work. Shift your hips to the right, roll over on your left side, push yourself up, and grab a blanket. I'll give you mine. So we're going to do a supported breathing practice before we slip into Shavasana. So you're going to roll your blanket like this. You're going to place your blanket, we're going to create a T shape. So your blanket's going to go there, and you're going to have a block for your head just in case you need it. And the pelvis, the back of the pelvis is going to go up, and you're going to have your legs bent. I'm going to instruct you to lower down one at a time, and you're just going to allow yourself to rest on this T-shape support. Bend your legs one at a time. Lower yourself down one elbow at a time. You'll want your bum on the floor. There you go. There you go. Nice. Arms out, palms up, heart open. And just begin to intentionally breathe. Taking an inhale and an exhale. You are fully supported by these props. There's very little to do here. There's this outside support. Often outside support guides us to that deeper inner support, that deeper knowing. So we're going to use our pranayama practice to help us with that today. Imagine as though I have a string attached to the bottom of the heart, and it's connected to the ceiling. With every inhalation, I'm going to pull that string and gently lift your heart for you, opening your heart, allowing that light to shine brightly, giving that light space to shine. When you exhale, you're going to allow the full weight of the back of your heart to settle on the blanket, feeling the support of the blanket, knowing how easy it is to let go when you are supported. On your next inhalation, I'm lifting, lifting, lifting. Your heart is light and full. Exhaling, allow the weightiness of the back of your heart to settle on to the support. And continue this pranayama with this image of this lifting and this opening. And on the exhale, the letting go and releasing. And every time you inhale, perhaps you might think of or recall something, an impression that's been holding you back, that's been dimming that light. And as you exhale, you might imagine how different your life, your relationship with your true nature might be if you were able to let that go and create something new. allow your pranayama practice to guide you and teach you, as this year has been my teacher and my guide. Alexis has told me time and time again that everything I need resides within me always. I know that's true, but sometimes life gets so crazy and out of control that I disconnect from that knowing. So we use our practice to remind us. Take a couple more inhales and exhales. At the bottom of your next exhalation, release this pranayama practice. Return to your natural breath. Allow the body to breathe itself as it does so brilliantly. Just roll over to one side or the other, off of your support. Press yourself up. Move that support out of the way. So now the hardest part has arrived. The stilling of the mind. The peace that was so difficult for me to access during this challenging time over the last year. So lower yourself down one elbow at a time, coming to a reclined position. Allowing your legs to gently open and come apart, your arms resting gently at your sides, and close your eyes. All that's left to do is to settle into the stillness, to find the pause. In Sanskrit, the word is kumaka. In the Bible, the word is selah. Both beautiful old words that carry with them a richness that reminds us in Shavasana, as those thoughts come, and they will, let them go. Allow everything that you've done up until this point support you in settling in to the pause. Shavasana. Return to your breath. Take a couple of inhales and exhales. Returning back to the physical body, wiggling your fingers and your toes. bending one leg at a time, placing your feet flat on the mat. Shifting your hips to the left and rolling over on your right side and pausing here. As your guide through your asana practice this morning, let me remind you that everything you need is inside of you. That peace, the love, courage, compassion, all of it is there. That is who you are. That is your true nature. Use your practice and everything that you know, that you have learned in yoga to help keep you connected to that knowing. Straighten your top left leg, use both hands, press yourself up to a comfortable sit, facing me. Bring your hands together at the heart where we practice from in Anjali Mudra. I thank my teacher and my teacher's teachers. From the light in my heart, I bow to the light in yours. Namaste.
Namaste.
Thank you all so
Thank
much.
you.
A great time together. Thank you so much.
Wonderful.